In the 14th chapter of the Gospel according to Mark, we have the recording of the institution of the Lord's Supper, the Last Supper. After the Passover meal, Jesus instituted a new covenant, a new testament, a new ordinance, as it were. All three synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, record the institution of the Lord's Supper, record the Last Supper. John gives us the foot washing in John chapter 13. The only real teaching section we have on the communion service is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 17 through 34. Paul has stern words for the church at Corinth. Apparently, the service of the communion, the Lord's Supper, along with, as we would understand, the agape feast had actually, for some, become an occasion for gluttony and drunkenness. And Paul says, what, do you despise the church of God? Don't you realize that your abuse or mishandling of the communion service is a reason why some of you are sick and some have even passed away? But Paul gives us some real help when he says simply just two things. If a man be hungry, let him eat at home, and just wait for one another. When you come together, don't try to be first. Don't try to be premier. Take that servant's heart. You go first. Wait for one another. And if a man be hungry, let him eat at home. And then concluding, he says, the rest I'll set in order when I come. It is a sobering thing to approach the Lord's table, a celebration, a Eucharist, a Thanksgiving meal. We say three things at High Point Baptist Church in Cedar Hill, Texas. When we come to the Lord's table, we look back, do this in remembrance. We look within, let each one examine himself, and then we look ahead. We show the Lord's death till he comes again. And our prayer is always, even so, come quickly, Lord Jesus. May the good Lord be praised for the institution of the communion meal, the Lord's Supper. God bless you. Have a good evening.